Hi, I'm the owner of the Trinity 4-H ASL channel, and I want to start by thanking everybody who's watched my videos, who's commented on my videos. I share these to my Facebook page. I thank you for all your kind words there. But I kind of had an interesting idea the other day. I was sitting at work and texting one of my friends, and out of nowhere I decided I wanted to make videos about sign language and sort of just here and there introduce a few words and teach sign language through YouTube videos. And at first I thought it was kind of a funny joke. I didn't expect my friend to take me seriously, and I got a text back that said, "Oh my gosh, yes, you should totally do that." So I want to thank her. Thank you, Kate, because the more I thought about it after she said that, the more I decided that it was a good idea, that I should at least try. So in videos to come, I hope to do as many of the animal signs as I know, foods, people, greetings, phrases, whatever comes to mind, I'll start writing down. I'll make videos for that. I hope to do some tutorials maybe on some of my songs. So, I hope you guys keep watching these. I hope you find the coming videos interesting. But in this introduction, I want to talk a little bit about the history of ASL that I can remember from my classes, and some of the ways that it's similar to speaking any other language. ASL was actually started by Spanish monks under a vow of silence. And of course, under a vow of silence, you still want to be able to talk to others. You still want to be able to let your thoughts be known. So they came up with fingerspelling, which becomes very hard, especially on your hands. I do a lot of sign language, and I think sometimes you hear about the older people saying that they can feel when weather changes are coming. I think I'm already getting that. So it evolved over time. Now there are words, there are phrases, and of course, it's a very visual, not in just the sense that you're talking with your hands, but also in the sense that you're talking with the rest of your body. It's a facial thing. It's how you move. It's how you react to what others are saying. I've had people comment that I'm so emotional when I do these songs, and yes, that's true. And if you know me in real life, I'm not too emotional usually, but with songs I can be, and the sign language just helps to bring that out, because it's like being a great actor or actress on the stage. You're having to convey not only the thought, but the emotion, and you're having to do that not with your voice, but with your hands and your face. So it teaches you a lot. Now, like I said, over time sign language developed, and just like any other language, phrases fall in and out of use. So if you talk to somebody about my age who's deaf, they're going to be using signs that are currently popular, currently used. But if you talk to somebody who's older, they may be still using signs that were in use 40 years ago, 30 years ago, and so it'll look a little odd, but it's just a different sign. We have slang terms in English. American Sign Language has slang terms too. And I'll try to, if I can remember as many of those as possible, and I will try to go through some of those in some of my videos too. There is also a term that I've heard used, and I want to let everyone know something about this term. Back 19th century, about 1800s, the term for somebody who could not hear was deaf and dumb, because if you were deaf from the time you were born, you didn't know that when we speak, we make sound. So if you opened your mouth, no real sound came out. And you couldn't really convey your ideas unless you had been sent to school and you could write. So they decided that these deaf people must be stupid, and I'm here to tell you that is 100% wrong. I know a few people who are deaf, and they are extremely smart, extremely funny, and wonderful people to be around. And I've heard the term deaf and dumb used before, and when I was young, I didn't know what they were talking about, so it didn't really matter to me. And now that I've gone through American Sign Language, it's opened my eyes. So, wanted to let y'all know that there were terms throughout history to describe deaf people, and one of the most popular was deaf and dumb, and it's not. None of those are true. Another thing you're going to want to know, I try to put this in the description on all my videos, but knowing my luck, there's probably at least one that I've forgotten to put it on. Sign language varies. It varies by region, and it varies by country. I speak American Sign Language, and I know I have friends from Germany, Australia, Japan, who've been watching my videos, or at least some of them, and the sign language there will be different, as it is more formed for the language of that nation. But then within America itself, sign language varies by where you're from. I'm from Oklahoma. I know signs are going to be different in California, New York, Florida, Chicago. Just because you see me do a sign, and maybe you learned it differently, maybe you've seen it, done a different way. There are multiple signs for some words, and it'll vary based on where you're from. So just because I sign it one way and maybe you sign it a different way, it doesn't make either one of us wrong. It just means that we both have something to learn from each other. Something that you need to realize, I'm not fluent in ASL, if you haven't guessed that by now. I've only had a couple years, but in those couple years I learned quite a bit. What I'm going to be teaching you came from my couple years in high school, and the sign language videos that I can find as I find them. For instance, my sibling watches Signing Time, and I end up sitting and watching with him. So, and that's filmed out in California, so some of the signs I can already tell are different. It's just, nobody's ever 100% wrong, it's just a little different. Because sign language is like every other language. If you think about English, we have dialects. You go down south, you're going to hear phrases that you will never hear in the north. You will hear speech patterns you will never hear anywhere else if you go out west. If you go up toward Canada, you're going to hear a little bit of a different speech pattern, some different phrases that you're not going to hear in the southwest. Sign language is exactly the same way. You're going to see words that are signed differently. Phrases are going to be used in one place, but they won't be used in another. So everything I'm planning on putting in these videos comes from what my teacher taught me, which she learned some sign language here in Oklahoma, Texas, wherever she could take the classes. And comes from shows I watch, for instance, Signing Time. So I want to let y'all know that. I also wanted to let you know my songs, I'm not a very conversationalist ASL speaker, so I don't carry conversations very well, because it's hard for me to speak and sign in English. It's much easier for me to do the sign language to a song and convey all the emotions. And my song interpretations that I do they're not proper ASL, not speaking ASL anyway, and they are just ground level simple. One, so that they're easy to teach other people who want to learn to do this just for fun, and it's something easy I can do as a stress release, which is what this started as. And I've had people tell me that my videos are entertaining to them, they like them, so just want to let y'all know they're very, very simple interpretations, like the simplest you can get. So I wanted to let you know about that. I hope that you keep watching my videos. Maybe you find them interesting. Maybe you just like the songs. I don't know. But I hope that you'll continue to watch as I put up these informational and tutorial videos. And like I said, I value every comment I get, because it helps me decide what songs to do, and in some cases it helped me decide to start this. So you'll have to bear with me because I film the videos myself, I edit them myself, and then I upload them on my own, but you'll have to not get too excited if it's a long time before I post anything, because I am a college student, so there will be times where I may not post for many months. Just to let y'all know, I don't want anybody worrying about me. I actually had a friend who I had said I was going to work on a song, and she got kind of worried, and because I hadn't posted it, I hadn't uploaded it or anything yet. So if y'all are looking for these and you don't see any new ones, don't worry. I'm probably in the middle of working on studying for tests or writing papers or something. But I will try to make these as I find time and as I find something to talk about, essentially. I'm also hoping that I can start making Choctaw language videos as well, because I'm taking Choctaw classes now. I took sign language in high school, and my college does not offer very many sign language classes, so I decided to take Choctaw instead, because I'm kind of off the wall like that. So I'm going to be making these sign language videos, and then I'm going to follow the Choctaw language as my professor had presented it to us, because it was very effective. I learned it very quickly. And I hope you'll leave me some comments, maybe. Tell me what you think about the whole Choctaw thing. Tell me what you think about the sign language thing. And if you have questions, you can leave the comments. I will try to respond as fast as I can. If you're worried because I haven't responded yet, you can message me on YouTube. And I will always, always try to respond in as timely manner as I can. So, I hope you enjoy them, and until my next video, goodbye.